Hello guys, it's Mr. Jen here. So today we want to go over chapter 5.8, which is on the textbook, page 215. It's electrochemical cell. Yes, which is a battery. Okay, let's go over the rubric first, and I go over each turn step by step. Yes, we need to define what is an electrochemical cell, and also electrodes, anodes, cathodes, and also oxidations or reductions, anion and cation, and so on. And in the second part of the video, I will go over how does a electrochemical cell work. And also go over some example in the real life. You will see electrochemical cell. Yes. Let's go over step by step. Okay, so um, first and foremost, you may notice that this is just a graph that consists of two beakers, and that is actually called electrical chemical cell. Yes, electrochemical cells consist of two beakers and a U-tube that is embedded between two beakers. And you may notice that they have the two um, rectangle here. This two rectangle is actually called electrode. Electrode is usually made of metal. If this is the oxidation beaker, then this one will be anode. And if the reduction happens in this beaker, which means this one is cathode. I'm talking about this metal here. And you also notice that there is a line that is connecting two beakers, and this is a meter. Um, so actually this line, when the electron pass through that, they will create what we now call a circuit. And yes, in the background, electrochemical cell is a fancy word for battery, as I mentioned. It's also named galvanic cell. It's a device which converts chemical energy happen in the battery into electrical energy, which is outside the battery. So let's put our battery, and we can be notice that. Now, this one is a triple A battery, and so if how can this work in our apply to now society? Well, this have when the battery is putting in the ambient environments, it's not going to react. But when you're putting in a motor, or maybe putting in some like a device, and like just like mouse, you put them into a mouse, they will actually convert this chemical energy that is happen in the battery. Like I would go over them like one is anode and one is cathode. And when the anode electron pass from the anode to the cathode, the electron movement create a circuit, which means it have a electricity. And now we can like run this mouse, or maybe run this computer. The computer battery is a little different. Okay, we put them back, and let's keep going. Okay, electrochemical cell type, that is two types, as I mentioned. One is galvanic cell, one is photonic cell, which is named by two scientists. One is called Goji's galvanic, one is I forgot his name, sorry for that. And so these two batteries actually generate electricity and current. So when the electron pass from the anodes and to the cathodes, and this is create a circuit, electricity generates, and for us to use. And electrolytic cell is another electrochemical cell, which is require electricity to charge them up. Like a good example is a rechargeable battery, like some battery in your laptop, some battery in your phone. That is actually electrolytic cell. Okay, some background information. Galvanic cell is named after a scientist called Luigi Galvanic, which is an Italian name. I guess he's from Italy. So he was an Italian physician, biologist, and philosopher. He's renowned for his death fork jumping experiment. So pretty much in the previous 4 year, he was concentrated. He focused on on the experiments of the hearing, reverse hearing of animals. But he was so unfortunate. His research was stolen by one of his adversaries, and in here we don't name that guy, and therefore he have to turn himself into a newest subject, which is electricity in there. In that period of time, yeah, electricity is not too much fun to focus on. Yeah, so he have to come out of a new subject, a new report in order to maintain his reputation. Well, one day he was bringing a dissect frog into a laboratory while his assistants were running an electrical experiment. Well, I forgot to mention that guy, Goju Garelic is actually a biologist before he became a chemist, and he always conducts some anatomy and physiology activity, and such as dissections happen. So it's after the dissects frog and is bring that into the laboratory. He observed that that frog leg was jumping. Oh, that's weird. And after a series of experiment confirmations, he concluded that actually the frog leg was sensitive to detect electricity, and found that muscle contract with electricity and nerves transfers messages via electricity. So and now it's connect to biology 12 now. If you're a student who have enrolled in biology 12 class, you must have go over the unit of circulatory system, and you know that in order heart to contract, SA node have to be fired first before your heart contract. And SA node fire and AV node transfer electricity to AV node, and AV node have to fire and let the just like electrical bridge and transfer to the Purkinje fiber, and your ventricle contract. Now your heart can pump. That is that is like a serious contraction in the heart that is related to now chemistry now. As Miss Cross said, everything is connected. Okay, and what he used in that labs is static electricity machine, which is generates electricity and produce static charge, and Leyden jar. Oh, Leyden jar is very famous. It's the jar which is used for store electricity, store charge, and actually it's just a simple, very simple. It consists of a bottle, and if you like some aluminum foil outside of the bottle, and like put tape on the here on the tops, and like connect them with metal wires, and when the static charge hit the electrical wire, the electricity will stored in the jar temporarily. Okay, Goji Galvanic conduct the experiment outside the laboratory by using thunder electricity, and that is actually 38 years after Benjamin Franklin's. And frog leg did jump, and he also discovered that frog leg would jump involuntarily when there was no electrical wire connect with the frog. Oh, that's super weird. And he discovered that this queer phenomenon is actually due to his gardens, and the fencing in the garden is made of ions, and the hangers, the hook used for hang the frog, is made of copper. These two elements touched together will actually cause the frog to dance. So he conducted ions, and plus coppers equal electricity, and also that is at that time he invented the first battery, as is in frog, and coppers, which means an electron, and reacts with ions, remove an electron. Oh, but that is also used in physics. That guy, Alessandros Waters. So that is the second guy I mentioned before. Why people we call this electrochemical cell is called voltaic cell, because that guy. And this guy, Alexandra Volta, he invented the first long biological battery, and this battery is very useful in nowadays, and this is why we measures voltage use the symbol of V. Thank you. This video is end here, and don't forget to give me a like and subscribe my channel. Feel free to connect with me, and We will see you next time. This is Mr. J in class. Good